Hi, my name is Colby Sharp. I'm a fifth grade teacher in Michigan. Welcome to my channel where we try to help kids fall in love with reading. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button so that you can be notified anytime I'm back talking about how I get kids excited about reading, sharing new books, all kinds of fun around the world of reading. I'm kind of known for reading a lot here in my school and I guess even online. I'm always reading something and finishing book after book after book after book. Well, I get stuck sometimes, and sometimes I get into a bit of a reading rut, and I'm just coming out of one. I'm just coming out of my most recent reading rut, and it happened because of a variety of factors. I'm teaching back to the school year. The first handful of weeks are really hard, especially after the first couple of weeks, and we really start to get into things. I think I'm just not used to being this tired. So there's that. I have 5 kids, and they're almost all, 4 of them are involved in a lot of different after school things, so we're really busy with that. And I have been trying some different books that just weren't doing it for me. And so I found myself stuck. I found myself at night when I'm usually reading on my phone or watching football or cleaning, doing things to avoid reading. And I started to realize that this isn't very healthy and this isn't very good. So I've been trying to get out of my reading rut. And what I found was I just needed a book. I just needed a book to get me really excited, a book to get me out of it. So I went back to the type of reading that I love to do, which is often realistic fiction, when the main character is like 9, 10, 11, or 12 years old. I love those kind of books. I love when they have something to do with school. School is part of the book as well. It's one of the settings in the book. And that helped. And I instantly snapped out of it. I instantly found myself reading again. I instantly found myself captivated by a book. Turns out the book might not be realistic fiction. I am on page 279 out of like 330, and it kind of has like this fantasy, like this slight little fantasy feel to it, but I'm loving it. Absolutely fascinated by the story. The book that got me out of my reading slump was The Ice House by Monica Sherwood. She is a debut author, and I'll be back later to talk more about this book in another video where I'll do a proper book review. But sometimes it just takes one book, right? It just takes trying to, maybe you have to abandon a book, maybe you have to start fresh, maybe you have to start over, but it can take as little as one book to get back into reading and back into the routine and the habit and the joy that I was missing when it came to reading. And I tell all of you this because none of this is like groundbreaking information. None of this is wild and innovative and anything like that, because it's important that we share these things with our kids. I talked my way through this reading rut with my students. Not all of them are in a reading rut, but some of them are, but I can guarantee that most of them will have kind of the same types of feeling that I'm having at some point during this year. And if not this year, definitely at some point in their life. And it's so important that we share our reading lives with our students. Our students need to know that we love reading. Our students need to know that sometimes we struggle with reading, and our students need to see us working through that process. So throughout this, I was talking with my students about it. I was telling them, like, yeah, I'm on my phone too much. I should be reading. And it's because I just don't really want to read. And it was because I didn't have the right book, but then I found the right book and it helped. It got me out of my reading rut. So please, please, please know that it's okay if you're struggling, if you're stuck, if you can't find the book that touches your heart and warms your heart and that you can't stop thinking about even when you're not reading. Maybe you just need to try a different book. It worked for me. I'm hooked and I'm back. I'm back as a reader. So good luck to you. Let me know down in the comments. Is there ways that you get out of reading rut? Are there times of the year where you find yourself stuck as a reader? I would love to know that. I think that together we can help each other get out of reading ruts and, of course, help our students deal with these challenging times in their reading life. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Colby Sharp. I hope you have an awesome-tastic day.